When I was born, my mom gave me up. She was on like at least 20, 30 drugs.
Well, I just fell into a really deep depression. I couldn't really get out of bed or really do anything, kind of sitting in my own sadness.
We have had people who have been living in their cars because they don't have any place to go.
Living out of a hotel room, my car, my storage room, just trying to stay afloat and take care of my kids the best way I can.
Back in 2021, I did a lot of praying and asked God to lead me to where I need to be.
This gives people an opportunity to have a home and to get back on their feet. At the Clarksville campus, we have the Displaced Families program. Displaced families could be somebody trying to put their family together, whether their children have been possibly in state custody or foster care, and just trying to get their family back together.
I got hurt at work and I was unable to work, and then workers' comp ran out and it led me here to move in with my mom and my 2 kids, and the kids became depressed and struggled in school. Next thing you know, the school board got involved because of the whole truancy and absences, and next thing you know, it was courts got involved. DCS got involved.
I was living with my grandma, and it was 7 of us in the house, so it was already kind of a lot in a small little environment because it was only 3 rooms. I had already had court a good amount of time, so eventually one day the judge was just like, I'm taking these kids back in.
The judge decided to take the kids into custody to make sure they go to school. During the time that the kids were in custody, I did a lot of praying, a lot of searching for ways to get them back, making sure they're doing okay, trying to reach out and see where I can get help.
I was at Holston Homes for an evaluation period. It was for like 27 days, I think. And then I got transferred to the children's home.
They helped him with his depression, his anxiety. He was going to school every day there.
At the children's home, it's like real houses, and they just like, it has a very home feel environment. So it's a lot more comfortable and easier to get used to. My house parent, when I first got there, Mr. Doug and Miss Rose, kind of like my grandpa and my grandma almost, I guess. And then Mr. Fitz, he's everybody's favorite. Everybody likes him. And I told him I'm gonna go see him at his church whenever I get out of here. And
everybody there at the facility, he's talked very highly of. He did really well there, and he's like, oh my God, I have so many friends that I met. The program that they have there is phenomenal, Mom. It's nothing like you could imagine.
And I worked on a lot of just like social things too, like leadership and just being more open, and also knowing, you know, what I'm worth. You know, there's a lot of things that I did there, positive things that I probably wouldn't have done had I not gone there.
During my visit with Emmanuel at Tennessee Children's Home on the weekends, I was talking with the staff, Mr. McCune, and he was letting me know that there might be a place for us to go because I needed to find residence for me and my children in order for me to get them back. We had to have our own place.
Our families, when they come in, they sign a 6-month contract and they do not pay any rent or utilities.
Next thing you know, I'm filling an application out, talking with her, and here I am. Here we are, I should say, because without Emmanuel's journey that he's on right now, we would never have been led here.
Well, I grew up in Huntsville, Alabama, is where I'm originally from. I moved to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, like 5 years ago. I moved there to get away from domestic violence, to better me and my kids' life and the situations that we was in. I ended up packing me and my kids up, and we were just sitting in the park. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm about to do now. I don't have a job. We don't have a place to stay. I ended up calling DCS on myself and was just like, we need help. Like, I don't have no family here. God was like, basically showing me once again, I'm not gonna give up on you. If you're not gonna give up on yourself, I'm not gonna give up. If you continue, faith without work is dead. So if you continue to put in the faith and the work, I promise I'm here. I went to a back to school giveaway at Southern Hills Church of Christ, and that's where I met Andy Miller and Mr. John Cottrell. I called Mr. John and them, and I was just telling them I need a place to stay, a hotel for tonight. And he was just like, we have that apartment if you want it. So I started putting in applications. Rosalind was just like, we understand, take your time. And that was the blessing.
What we find is with the economy, most people need another 6 months to be able to save the money that they need to be able to move out.
When I came in to see the place, I was just looking like, this beautiful place is ours. And she was like, yeah, my kids ain't have nothing in their room. And they was just excited that they had rooms.
It's just been a good opportunity. It's helped a lot of people.
I'm working at Waffle House. My kids go to school at Liberty Elementary. They are loving it. And the rest is just really history that's still written, waiting to be written.
The independent living program works with kids who are aging out of foster care. So they have to be 18 to be in our program.
I kind of fell behind. I didn't go to school at all. So I was probably 16 during freshman year. And then I turned 17 during freshman year also. It was about to end going sophomore year. I stopped going to school altogether. I started hanging out with a gangbanger. He started leading me to a bad path. So he was gonna fight this one guy, and he's carrying a revolver on him. So I went with him, and then he hands me the gun, put him into my pants while he fights him. And so they started fighting, and then he told me to give me his gun. And I was about not to, but I did because I fell under peer pressure. And he grabbed the gun and he shot up into the air and they ran. So when I was in Tennessee Children's Home in Spring Hill, Tennessee, I hated it there. I actually won't lie, I kind of hated it there when I first got there. I didn't feel like doing anything. I was in a I don't care attitude. I got a low drop. And so I started working my way back up. I started asking to do everything around the house. I started helping out a lot more. I started showing a lot of leadership, because you need to show leadership to get through that program. You need to help everybody you can. I remember I was starting to hand out my paperwork. I was starting to help out in school. I was starting to do better in school. I started getting more passing stuff.
If they come to us and they have not completed high school, then they have to complete high school. They are required to work a part-time job.
So my hopes and dreams right now are trying to get my diploma since I'm doing adult high school.
They can work on getting a college degree or learning a skill.
Why I wanted to come to independent living for the Tennessee Children's Home, because I was afraid I was going to fall into my same path I was going to. My job that I actually want to do is join the Army. It's been my plan ever since I've gotten state custody, because I want to try to make something of myself.
As far as helping our program here, we definitely have a need for, as far as the Displaced Families program, for furniture, financial help, to help pay for the utilities and just, the upkeep of the apartments and the grounds.
We were blessed, I should say, with the furniture in the house, my bed, and the kids' desks in their room, the furniture in my house, like the couches, the table, this thing.
When people leave here, they take the furniture with them. They take whatever they can use, because otherwise, they're starting all over again.
I would say 85% of the stuff in my house has been a blessing to us, because it was through the donations that Tennessee Children's Home received.
We have involvement with New Providence Church of Christ. Every Monday they have youth activities. We have tried to get our young people to participate in that. Van Leer Church of Christ has been really great about bringing food boxes and household items that are needed. We've had 9th and Main Church of Christ that also has done a lot of things for us. We try to bring men in from some of the different congregations to do devotionals.
So if it wasn't for Tennessee Children's Home, I would probably probably be dead.
If it weren't for the children's home, I probably wouldn't be the person that I am sitting in this chair right now.
Thank you to Tennessee Children's Home for everything.
And I pray that, every day when we get up in the morning, it's a new day, a new beginning for us, and we continue to go on that right path and continue to do what we need to do to stay together. And with the help of Tennessee Children's Home, we're gonna be okay.